Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing something super duper interesting. So today what I have for you is something that I consider to be super cool, guys. This here is a very rare bootleg copy of SMiLE, and for those who don't know what SMiLE is, SMiLE was an unfinished album by this band called the Beach Boys, and it was supposed to be like a highly ambitious project full of experimental stuff, and like Brian had complete artistic control over it. But then eventually what happened is that there was a lot of problems with the band members and Brian's own personal problems, so they put the project to a halt. Like, they abandoned the album project completely. That is until 2004, when Brian decided to re-record it later in life and finally release it. And then in 2011, they released the original recordings that were abandoned, called under the name the SMiLE Sessions, and I actually did an unboxing for you about it. But yeah, this here bootleg came out long before any of SMiLE was put out. This is basically like a leak. This bootleg here came out in 1983, and it was made by like a fake record company. It's very lo-fi because this was like circulated among a lot of bootleggers, and people somehow managed to get access to the tapes to this to make this bootleg. This is mainly built up of rough mixes of the SMiLE album that were like left unsupervised and stuff, and people managed to find a way to like get these going around, and some of the tracks were already released but just were put on there as filler. Like, some tracks were from Smiley Smile, and some tracks are from 2020. But those tracks were actually recorded for SMiLE but released on other albums. But then there's some very cool rarities on this. Like, take for example, this has like a rough mix of Good Vibrations that was never heard before until 2011, when the SMiLE Sessions had been released, which I think is very, very cool. And there's also a track called Can't Wait Too Long on it, which wasn't released until 2001, I think, when the Smiley Smile / Wild Honey CD came out, which I actually have, and it's very good. There's also a rough mix on here of the old Master Painter, a track called Love to Say Dada, which is only like 50 seconds because it was like part of it was used in a song from the album Sunflower called Cool Cool Water. And this is very rare, and the story of how I got this is actually pretty interesting. So my dad bought this like back in 2024, and he got it from Etsy. And I remember when he got it, he was super excited to get it, and I wasn't too interested. It was just like, oh, cool. But he put it on, and it was very interesting. And there's never been a reissue of this. This has never been re-released. This is unofficial. And the way people used to buy these back then is either they would pop up in record stores or garage meets or meeting up in an alley. Very shady. But here's the track listing. As y'all can see, very cool, and it comes with some liner notes which I'll read to you. This is the record. It says Brother Records, but it's like a fake label. It wasn't actually released by Brother. It was just like they just used the logo because maybe they had nothing else to put on there. And actually, this record comes with liner notes too. Very old paper. This paper is from 1983. All of this is from 1983. See? And actually, one interesting thing about this specific record is that at the very end of it, they put a Miles Davis track on the very end of this record, but it went under the name Holidays, which is a song by the Beach Boys that was released on the SMiLE sessions and stuff. But instead of like putting the actual track, which actually played at the beginning under a different name called Tones, they played a Miles Davis track called Here Comes the Honey Man. So I think it's pretty cool. But you can actually find like an internet download of this bootleg on archive.org, or you can find it on YouTube, and I'll leave a link in the description. I do have a vinyl rip that I ripped myself, but I'm not going to play it for you because that would get me copyrighted, especially considering this is unreleased music. But if you guys ever get the chance, definitely check this out online through a YouTube video, and if you happen to find one of these are worth, nowadays, these are worth hundreds of dollars. So, but I hope y'all enjoy this review. Please stay tuned for more videos and reviews and live streams. But I hope y'all enjoyed. Please stay tuned for more videos and reviews. Please like and subscribe, and bye.